Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video we're going to take a look at Dedenne in the Open Great League. The new season is now starting. We're going to take a look at Parabolic charge here with the boost now on the defense, which is guaranteed, and the cheaper energy, which is going to be very cool for this Pokemon. And yeah, we're going to take a look at a team here that I also had in the top team video. If you haven't seen that yet, definitely check it out. We're going to have here a team with Duo in the lead, the Say Swap of the Drapion, as well as the Dedenne in the back, which functions quite easily. We're going to have a double weakness to ground in the back, which we're going to try to cover with our lead. Our lead is going to be, of course, the answer that we have for that, but also we're going to have with Awkward Tail on our Say Swap still coverage against ground types that we A-bait out, but then still be punished. And also, what is kind of interesting is that now all these stats are also in the code, which we know now all the energy values, and what we see as well is that Acid actually became a Shadow Claw clone, which is quite ridiculous. So the fast move itself is now one of the best fast moves that you can have in the game, which is kind of cool. From being completely useless before to being one of the best that you can run is kind of a big improvement, I would say. But yeah, the other things is that, for example, Crunch is now going to have a 20% drop chance instead of I think 30% chance before. So like that's going to be a bit less valuable for the Drapion, but to be fair, it will barely change anything. So here we're going to encounter an opponent with Salazzle, and you might think, Salazzle, what a weird Pokemon, nobody's going to run this. To be fair, Salazzle is going to be a Pokemon that has a lot of play in the current meta, and here of course you're going to have early meta battles, but what I did is I actually cut out all the battles that were like, yeah, completely against people that didn't really know what they're doing, and just kind of left in the battles where it's normal teams and it is a normal review of the Pokemon itself. But of course, the meta is going to be in a place currently where still people have to find their own teams and see what is best. But yeah, we're going to have here a team that definitely going to work out really well in the current meta. I would of course be positive with it. Of course, I know early season, first few sets, it's nothing crazy. But the Dedenne itself, absolutely amazing Pokemon. Like, it's going to be a Pokemon that if you don't take it serious, you're going to struggle quite a bit with this Pokemon. So yeah, like it's definitely something that you have to respect. And if you don't respect it, you're gonna struggle. You're definitely gonna struggle. And as you're gonna see here as well, Dedenne is going to be able to get the Parabolic charge off so fast. You need 5 fast moves total, and also, if you farmed on something, you're going to be in such a great spot because now defense is going to rise. And it's going to happen every single time you're going to use a charge move. And also the other great thing about Dedenne is the typing itself. Electric Fairy typing, which you know already from Tapu Koko, is really nice. As we will see as well, we're going to be able to resist the bug type damage. And funnily enough, I have not seen yet, I did 25 battles, I have not seen yet a Fortress. Fortress is a Pokemon that got buffed the biggest amount there, kinda, but nobody seemed to be running it. But yeah, I actually took a look at some other Pokemon already as well, which I can showcase then tomorrow. Definitely stay tuned. I kinda want to showcase quite a lot of teams here. Of course, with the new season, I'm very excited. I'm very hyped about the new season, so definitely stay tuned for quite a lot more videos towards that as well. But anyway, we're going to have here Dedenne against us. The cool thing about us with Drapion is that we're going to be able to outspeed them, but they were able to catch the move on their Samurott, which of course is a great play for them. There's going to be a resisted hit coming through, and what we will see here, that of course I can only go for another Awkward Tail, but I can try to basically keep all of the damage onto my Dugong and keep the shields onto my Dedenne, and I want to try to win with just Dedenne here. What we can do is we can try to go for the full farm down. And by the way, if my audio sounds a bit different, it's a bit late at night now. And also I'm in a completely different room now, which is going to be also the room that I'm going to take moving forward. Hopefully it's fine. I'm still trying to figure stuff out. Things might change, but hopefully the audio quality is still okay. Anyway, we're gonna see here the player coming through against the Gligar. What we can do now is we're gonna be able to use a shield. It's gonna be a dig, and you might think, yeah, 2 shields down against a ground type. How is it gonna work? It's gonna work if we can catch a move, and this is a very important thing here for us. Catching the move allows us now to get even another charge move off against the opponent's Dedenne, which is great. But also, because we have that extra attack on our Dedenne, we should be able to win CMP tie. But we're not. We're going to lose CMP tie against this opponent's Dedenne. This Dedenne seems to be a bit bulkier than our, a bit more attack weight than ours. But we can still get the KO here, get the Parabolic charge in, get the defense buff, farm on the Gligar, and farm on the Samurott to win the battle again. Next opponent, we're going to see here the Scrafty. Scrafty is going to be a Pokemon again, where we're going to be able to go into our Drapion. This is going to be very, very good for us, as it will allow us to get some sword damage in, but also we can hopefully align ourselves later on with the Dedenne against this Pokemon, as it has no play against Dedenne. Like, that is the main benefit of having this Pokemon. Yeah, I guess I missed some bubbles, which is kind of embarrassing, but we saw already the defense drop, which is now only a 20% chance, so I guess I got quite lucky here, but we will see that I think if I went maybe for the actual damage there, I would have been able to shield and farm down. But I can also, no shield, farm them down with the Dugong, get a ton of energy for the Scrafty, but also keep my shields for the Dedenne. I couldn't really go into my Dedenne there because the opponent is going to have, of course, a super effective fast move pressure against us as we have the Fairy type. But as you see as well, Thunder Punch is barely doing any damage. And we can go for our first charge move here to boost our defense. If they stay in, it would have been making more sense for us to shield the first move, but they're actually going to decide to swap out with all their energy into the Sand Slash, which is going to be better for us, because I do think that, yeah, it's everything that the Scrafty has is going to be resisted on us, unless they're running Acid Spray, which still doesn't do damage. And so letting the first move go through is definitely the best play, as now the Ice Punch is going to be the hardest hitting move that can hit us, and we can shield both of them from the opponent, and we're going to be able to knock them out in time. And here we see the power of Dedenne with Parabolic Charge. If you can get this Pokemon set up perfectly, you're going to be able to get up to +4 defense, and Dedenne is going to be quite bulky with +4 defense, which you're going to see in this example, where the opponent's Scrafty goes for a charge move, it's a Thunder Punch, and it doesn't knock us out. We can still survive the counters, we can still get to another move, and Dedenne just completely destroyed the opponent here. Next up, we're going to have the Abomasnow against us. This is going to be a pretty good lead, unless they're running Leafage as a fast move. By the way, this would be the one fast move that I would like to see basically buffed for the next season afterwards. But yeah, we will see on how this is going to go. And like the next buff season, like next season is going to be a lot of buffs is what I want to say there, because it's going to be the season after Worlds, so it's going to be very exciting. But to be fair, I find this season very exciting, and it's going to change quite a bit from the meta that we have been seeing throughout the last season. Like, a lot of Pokemon are now really, really solid that didn't have play before, and one of course is going to be the Dedenne here, which we will see as well. We will have also the opponent going for another charge move here. They go for 2 Dragon Claws, which is kind of hilarious, because yeah, Dragon Claw is going to be a move that is going to be double resisted, and Parabolic Charge is going to allow us to get the KO. In comes the Weezing, and this is looking quite solid. We're going to have here the Icy Wind coming through. Abomasnow is going to be able to still take it, but we're going to be able to go for the farm down here afterwards, but we have to use a shield. It's going to be the Weather Ball bait though, great play by the opponent, but as you'll see as well, we're going to be able to still go for the shield. We have the shield here, and it's going to be the Energy Ball, and we can try to go for the Draw Run against the opponent here. This is going to be great for us, as this is going to get some nice damage onto them. We can catch the move. If it's a Sludge, we're going to be fine here, because it's going to knock us out, but we can still go for a Dry Run, and this is going to finish up the battle, and we will be able to win this one for sure. So, let's see how the next opponent is going to have Trevenant here. This is going to be fine. This is going to be a very good matchup for us as well, as you're going to be able to take those hits kinda after the debuff at least. They go for the Seed Bomb, we can go for the Icy Wind as well. Getting a little bit more extra energy here as well is going to be great. And as we will see, this is going to allow us to get the shield. We're going to be able to go for the shield. Oh, we don't actually have to go for the shield. They're going to go for the Shadow Ball though, which I don't know if it's going to do more damage or not. But they're going to swap out into the Morpeko, and we have a great answer for Morpeko, which is Dedenne. Think about it, Dedenne is going to be able to take any kind of hit. Their best move is Psychic Fangs to go up against us, and that's not going to be the best move anyway. They're going to go for the Aura Reel here, which is something we can take. We can go for the Play Rough now against the opponent, and as we will see here, the Play Rough is going to get the KO. We will have the Crack's Eye coming in, and we're going to be able to go for another Play Rough here afterwards as well on the CMP tile, which is going to do a ton of damage against the opponent, which we needed to have happen here as well, because of course it's still a Pokemon weak to this Pokemon in the back. And with that, we're going to put them even into range where we would be able to go for an Awkward Tail, knock them out. But now the Icy Wind is going to seal the deal, wins us the battle here, and we're going to be able to now get the farm done against the opponent, and we move on to the next opponent. Baybolt against us is going to be an interesting shout, as they're going to be able to go for the Drill Run here soon. But but we're going to use the shield first. It's going to be the parabolic charge from the opponent. We're going to try our best with the icy wind here. This is going to allow us to drop the opponent's attack, but they are not going to shield, which allows them now to swap. It's going to be the Typhlosion. I'm going to try to drop the attack again here by trying to bait again with a potential ground type move. This time around they're going to fall for it, and this is going to open up a door here for our Drapion, which can go for the Awkward Tail, which already is a super effective hit with a shadow bonus on top. It nearly puts them out there, but we're going to be able to still take a hit no matter what they're going to go for. It's going to be the Wild Charge, and with the energy that we still have here, we should be able to still get to move against the Belly Bolt. As this is a CMP tie, we can now go ahead and go for the, no shield here, I would say, because Dedenne is actually a very good answer to Belly Bolt, which is kind of hilarious because everything is resisted here. In comes Geiger, in comes Dugong. Dugong is going to be able to win us this battle here as well, as we will see the opponent going for the aerial ace. We can go for the full farm down, or actually I can go for the charge move here as well. That's totally fine. We still have a move stored on our Dedenne, and we might even be able to reach another move here in time. Nah, we're gonna get farmed down. But even here, the parabolic charge is coming through before the opponent can go for a charge move, boosting our own defense and actually knocking them out here. Next up, we're going to have Malamar. This is going to be a matchup again where we're going to be able to swap out here into our Drapion. This is going to be great. We can go for a Crunch. And this is going to be fine. Crunch is going to allow us to get some nice damage in. Gaston is coming in now as well. And we're going to try our best to go for another Crunch against the opponent. This will allow us to get some solid damage in. We can go for the Awkward Tail. And we have here now the shield coming up. We're going to see here the Dugong. Dugong is going to lag a little bit, but what I've seen so far at least, every single time where it looks like a lag, I still get the fast move through, which might be an indicator that maybe something changed in the code or something. But as you're going to see here, we have the defense drop onto us, which is not ideal. But what we can do is we can still go for the farm, I want to say. But they're actually going to go into the Malamar and make a big mistake here. They decide to go for the superpower, dropping their own defense, which allows me to get up to 2 charge moves, catch a move on the Dedenne, farm them down here. It's luckily even the foul play, which is even better for us, because this is going to allow us to get more energy against them, which now helps out with the next matchup, which is going to be against Clodsire. That is a really bad matchup for us, and this kind of just a hard wall team for us. I don't think there's really anything I can do here. I can try to go for a player off, of course, which is going to do more damage than the move that I just went for, but I wanted to boost my defense first. And as you see here, we're not going to put them into any kind of range. We have to let the move go through. But even with all the energy that I have on my Dugong, there's not really anything I can gain here. I can go for the Icy Wind, but there's nothing I can do. They decide to use a shield, that's fine, but they can go for their own charge move next as well. A draw run doesn't knock them out from this range, so good game to the opponent, and we can move on to the next one, where we're going to encounter the Novan Stunfisk here actually, which will be an interesting matchup again. We're going to be able to go for the Icy Wind against the opponent, which is going to be fine. Discharge is coming through here. We can go for another move, go for the Icy Wind, try to drop the opponent's defense stat here as well. And this is going to, the attack stat of course here as well. And that's going to be kind of okay for us, as this is a Pokemon we don't want to face with our backline. That's kind of one of the hardest core breakers for this team. But as you will see here, we can still go for an Icy Wind to knock them out or get the shield, and both of them are going to be fine for me. We get the KO, we can swap out straight away. It's going to be the Ferret, which is a great swap for us, but we have 2 answers actually against Ferret in the back anyway, as they then also resist the fast move from the opponent. But what we can see here as well is that we can go for a Crunch, and thanks to our fast move pacing, we're going to be able to outspeed them to an Awkward Tail. So we're going to go for that one as well. We're going to get again the defense drop of Crunch, so like the chance down to 20%. Still allows you to get the defense drop quite often, and we will see here the jump up in the back, and they actually played quite ballsy because they are going to decide to no shield. The Awkward Tail could have been the Crunch, we would have put down half of the HP from the opponent, and as they only have 1 Pokemon left, very risky play, but well done there. We will see here my Dedenne coming in. I try to catch a move, it doesn't work out either, so we are going to be a bit in a troublesome situation, but usually they're going to run a double flying type moveset, and as you see as well, they're going to go for the acrobatics, and that means already I'm going to be able to win the matchup. I can go for the boost, and they know that as well now, and yeah, we're going to win this one. Final one for today. Thanks so much for watching. Again, you're going to see more content tomorrow towards new season as well, or like mostly actually the same day for you. But it's actually the same day for me as well, because it's going to be past midnight. But anyway, this is going to be a it basically here as well. This is going to be the final team that we're going to have to face. It's going to be a Driftblim. That's totally fine by us. We're going to be able to get the KO. We're going to have the Prime Mip coming in as well. And what we can do is we're going to be able to go for the Icy Wind, which drops the opponent's attack. We can go ahead and let this move go. It's going to be the close. Oh, it's going to be the Rage Chest, which is great. We can go for another Aqua Tail. Either get them kind of lower or get the KO here. Let's see how this is going to go. It's going to get the shield from the opponent. We're going to be able to get a Snow Shield here. It is going to be the close combat. It's going to knock us out, but we had tried to win with Dedenne. And I let the move go through here as well. It's going to be the worst thing is resisted close combat, which still does more than half our health, which is a bit ridiculous. As you're going to see here as well, it's going to be the Parabolic charge coming through. We're going to be able to swap out into our Dugong. And now with that, we're going to be in a very solid spot as we can go for the shield. It is going to be the discharge coming through. And we are going to try to go for the Icy Wind against the opponent. This is fine. This allows us to get the attack drop onto it. And as you see as well, we should be kind of okay here. Actually, no, we're not. They're going to be able to knock us out before we get to the charge move. I thought we would outspeed them, but we can't. And what this means is we're also not going to be able to outspeed them here with a player off, which means they're going to be able to win the battle. I do think that the last ice shard damage didn't come through, which would have put them into Parabolic charge range, which we would have been able to reach. So we should have won the final battle. But that's what it is. Hopefully you still enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to leave a like. And hopefully, yeah, the audio is okay here as well. And I'll see you then. Bye-bye.